Good morning, everybody. My name is Tori and I'm the Executive Director for the Enid Symphony Orchestra. Welcome to our banquet hall here at the Enid Symphony Center. I have the pleasure today of interviewing Artistic Director Douglas Newell. Doug, welcome to the show on the road today.
I love being on the road. It's marvelous,
Yeah.
Especially when you can just stay home.
That's true. Stay at the office. Didn't have to drive anywhere today.
There you go.
Yeah, so we're here today to talk a little bit more about our upcoming concert this weekend, April 27th at 5 p.m., where we'll be featuring pianist Edward Auer for Beethoven's Emperor Concerto, the Firebird Suite, and a world premiere. So stay tuned for that. Before we begin today, I'd like to go ahead and thank our sponsors. We've got our community sponsor, Park Avenue Thrift. Thank you for everything that you've been doing for us. We have the Oklahoma Arts Council with assistance from the National Endowment for the Arts. And of course, season support comes from Messer-Bowers Insurance Company and Security National Bank. So wonderful. So Doug, why don't you go ahead and tell us just a little bit more about what patrons can expect at this concert, and why is this concert particularly important for our season?
Well, it's very important to me personally as well as for our season. It's the season finale, but it's the celebration of the 25th anniversary of the symphony playing in our Symphony Hall here at the Enid Second Masonic Temple, the Joan Allen Symphony Hall. So we're going to play 3 pieces of music. And if you think you like rock music and you like headbanging, you'd best come hear the Stravinsky Firebird Suite with the Infernal Dance. It's music that the Firebird music will totally enchant you. There's scary music, there's beautiful music, there's majestic music. That's going to open the program. Igor Stravinsky was a 19-year-old who was thrust on the international scene when he wrote the music for a ballet at the last minute. And very exciting piece of music. It's going to be followed by a very short and a very intimate, a very beautiful piece of music entitled Into Light. And this piece of music was composed by my brother John. He'll be here. And it's composed in memory of Joan Allen, who did so much to make sure that we have this symphony hall in Enid, Oklahoma. And Into Light was originally written as a choral piece based on the text of Lux Aeterna, the perpetual light that we find in the next life. And John has orchestrated it and changed it quite a bit, but he added into it, at my request, a violin solo at the end of the piece. And it's going to be very special because the violin that will be played is actually Joan Allen's violin. And I know many of her friends do not know or did not know that she played violin as a young person. But we have that violin. I've loaned it to one of our orchestra members who will play it on this occasion. So Joan's voice, musical voice, is actually incorporated into the piece of music. And then the final piece of music, talk about bombardments. Beethoven, of all, arguably the greatest composer that ever lived. His 5th piano concerto was written in Vienna while it was being bombarded by the forces of Napoleon. And yet it is an heroic sounding piece of music. The first movement, absolutely majestic in its themes. The second movement is one of the most tender, one of the most beautiful song-like melodies I think I've ever heard. And the third movement is a playful round, a rondo, as they say, with the theme chasing from the orchestra to the piano soloist and back. So it ends the season on a very uplifting note. I'm so excited about this program, and especially because we bring our friend Edward Auer, the pianist, internationally renowned concert pianist, to come and perform with us. He was here a couple of years ago, and he is one of those phenomenal artists that you probably, this is your chance to hear him for a while. Edward is one of those artists that walks in and sits down and begins performing, and the level of the orchestra goes like this from the first note. I mean, He's just an incredible musician and performer.
Yeah. What a fitting way to end the season, our 25th season, appropriately entitled our Silver Season. 25 seasons, not necessarily 25th anniversary, but 25 seasons here.
In the hall.
Right,
Yes.
in Joan Allen Symphony Hall and the Enid Symphony Center. I believe it's also 100 years since the completion of the Knox building.
It is 99 years and 51 weeks shy of the 100th anniversary of the opening of the Knox building as Enid's second Masonic temple in 1924. So, if you love older architecture, older buildings, and want to see how we've restored it and brought it back to life after it was not used for about 51 years. This is a marvelous opportunity to do that.
And how fitting it is that we are here today in the banquet hall. So if you take a look around you, this certainly wasn't how you discovered it back in the late 90s. And it wasn't even designed like this when the Masons were using it in the 20s.
Well,
so
the
what sort of
decor was
restorative
different.
work?
Well, really, in this hall, we had to restore a lot of the plaster work that had been damaged by water. And then we put a totally different decor in here. Of course, having been empty for 51 years, everything that was here originally was sun-faded or water damaged, what have you. And so we brought in the artist from San Francisco, Joanne Day, and then she had about 3 6-week teaching sessions in this building over a 5-year period, and brought in artists from around the world, over 80 artists from different places, and then 70 artists in Enid and volunteers that came and learned how to execute these creative, these decorative techniques. So it's been, this room, more than changing the architecture, has been repurposed as a banquet hall. It was actually an entry hall into the Masonic Lodge.
I see. And is this floor that's behind us, is that original flooring or?
No, the design on the floor was, it's made to look like inlaid cut stone in a pattern, and it's reflective of the height of the architrave that was here. All of the plaster work that you see, the capital columns, the fluted columns, everything was here. There was no gold in here, and this is totally different chandelier and lighting, and the ceiling looked a bit different. It had a canvas fabric ceiling with horsehair quilt behind it to deaden the sound, so that things could be done in hushed tones, and so that echo wouldn't be so bad in the room.
Right. And is this genuine gold?
This is gold leaf. This is gold leaf. Yeah, it's Dutch metal gold leaf.
We really go full 100% here at the Symphony.
We did. Some of the capital columns are actually 23 karat gold leaf.
Oh, wow. And we do actually offer all of our facilities for rent, so we have tons of wedding receptions, quinceañeras, birthday parties, conferences, banquets. We really host a variety of different events here, because this room is so suitable really for anything. And we've had, a few performances up here on the stage, and, sort of in celebration of 25 years, and then also 100 years since the Knox building. Like we do offer tours of the facility.
Just give us a call.
Yeah, between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. That's when we're open. So definitely check us out then. And I do kind of want to go back to the concert a little bit, or at least what's happening after the concert. So would you tell us a little bit about we are continuing the celebration?
Well, we rescheduled our annual soiree gala to be after this particular concert. And by the way, this concert is at 5 p.m.
Yes.
on April 27th.
Mark your calendars, erase the 7:30, and write 5 p.m.
And that's because when we finish the performance, we're going to come in here for a reception, a sort of gala reception and small auction, a fundraiser for the symphony, and then we're going to have we're going to make some recognitions, and we're going to have dancing.
Yes.
In the Park Avenue Thrift Theater, commencing a little later in the evening.
Right.
So you can come and make a night of it.
So we do have 2 forms of entertainment for after the concert, because an hour and a half of symphonic music won't be enough for this celebration. We will have local artist Steve Harwood. He'll be playing in here on the stage while people are sort of beginning the reception, beginning to place bids and mingle and socialize. And then at 7:30, we're going to have local band Duly Noted perform here at about 7:30 in the theater. So it's an entire evening. It's an entire evening of festivities. And gala tickets are only $20.
$20, yeah.
$20, it gets you unlimited food. We got a cash bar on site, lots of fun things, so definitely check that out as well. Now, gala tickets are sold separately from concert tickets. You have the option, you don't have to go to the concert to go to the gala, and you don't have to go to the gala to come to the concert. You really have your choice, and we really invite everybody from Enid. Even if you don't like symphonic music, there's a lot here that is really suitable for everybody here in Enid. So.
Well said.
Yeah. Well, anything else that we should know about this upcoming concert, or?
I think we've covered everything.
Well, wonderful. Well, to get tickets for either the concert or to the gala, check us out at enidsymphony.org. You can buy your tickets online. You can give our office a call at 580-237-9646.
That's it.
580-237-9646. Between the hours of 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., Monday through Friday. You can also shoot us an email at enidsymphony@aol.com. You heard that right, we still use AOL. Check us out on Facebook at Enid Symphony Orchestra. So, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Doug, and on the road at our facility. How special.
I think it's fun.
Yeah. And thank you all so much for tuning in, and check out the concert. It'll be an afternoon and an evening you won't soon forget.